Sup everybody, how y'all doing? Come on, tell me, how are y'all doing? So, new Star Fox, right? No, on a technical level no, it's not. But a Star Fox game is coming out after a very long time, huh? But the thing is, Star Fox 64 for this fourth time. I had to think about it. A little context about my side of things that I want to share is that I was not at home when the direct was announced. I was at a supermarket with Paris. We were buying stuff and things. And Gaia sent me a text that says, "Oi, mate, Star Fox Direct." I was excited, I was happy, I was curious, and I was also at the supermarket having a meltdown. So we bought our things, I rushed back home, I watched the direct, I got disappointed at the direct, I recorded a whole ass video saying how disappointed and sad I was at the direct. Cause you know, I'm only a bird. But the surprising thing is, a joke I had on the video is that it was not an important video, it was just a therapy session where I would just get my thoughts and feelings on the subject out into the world and then I would feel better maybe. Turns out I did feel better. Huh, masculinity lied to me. You're not actually supposed to keep things to yourself. I did end up coming around a little bit on the game. A little bit. Which is why this video is being recorded against my better judgment. There are negatives around the game we need to talk about, but it's not all negatives, which is why I'm here today. But first, we need to get the negatives out of the way. First of all, yeah, the characters look horrific. Here's the thing, I can change my mind on a lot of things. I ain't changed my mind on this one, sorry. Peppy and Sleepy look the least worst. Actually, dare I say they look nice enough. I don't really like photorealism, but you're making photorealistic furries. I just think that when Loops Around gets kinda interesting. But Fox does not look good, at all. Too realistic to be, good looking. And Falco is the stuff of nightmares. The initial reaction I've seen of people to the game's visuals went like this. Oh. I've seen a couple of people saying it doesn't look that bad. Although I haven't seen anyone say that about Falco, so... I mean, I don't like it, yeah, but at the same time, it's Star Fox. Most of the game is spaceship. Which does lead us to talk about the gameplay. It's fucking Star Fox 64. Yeah, this is kinda not ideal, but I would say it's more of a gray area. Not necessarily a bad thing, definitely not a good thing as well, but not a negative one. Cause here's the thing, who the fuck is getting excited to replay Star Fox 64? Cause if you are excited to replay Star Fox 64, you can just replay Star Fox 64. I watched this thing thinking, okay, maybe they will introduce something new, something cool. Maybe they'll have new planets. Yeah, nah, this is just the game, but now it looks better. I'm getting disappointed again, but I will not be disappointed for long. Just give me a minute. Although, yes, this is not exactly something that will make you jump off a chair thinking, whoa, that's incredible. On the other hand, at the very least we know Star Fox 64 is a pretty damn good game. That is the thing that I keep going on about. Like, if this was the first remake, then everybody would be very happy. Star Fox 64 is a very good game, and now it looks gorgeous, except for the main characters, but now it looks gorgeous. The thing is, nobody can stand Star Fox 64 anymore, especially because Star Fox 64 is just an upgraded version of the original Star Fox. I can't blame anyone for thinking, I'm in fucking Corneria again! Although yes, this is probably the definitive version of the game because it looks better, it's going to have a little bit more content, plus the other remake is on the 3DS, and it's not coming out of that system. The other technical remake is Star Fox Zero, which is not good, so looking from this aspect, this remake does have value. It exists as a definitive version of a very good game. A game so good that I'll be honest, I think the original version still holds up pretty damn well. I mean, not visually, obviously. Unless you're me, I like how the game looks. But for most people, this is probably the definitive version of the game. For $40, 50, my bad. $60 if you want the retail version. At least it's not 70, but crikey! The thing with this remake is that for every good argument I can come up with, there is a counter argument. And also this is Nintendo. Stingiest motherfucker in town. This game is never going on sale. And they discontinued Nintendo Selects. This game is never going down in price. Yeah, no. The pretty faithful remake of the 1997 game. The fact that the original is not only the Switch 2 but also the Switch 1 is also not ideal, but there is one aspect that is making me not completely disregard this remake. I believe this is the beginning of Nintendo fully putting the pussy into Star Fox. Should probably reward that. Here's the thing, here is the thing. I talked about it in Katamari. A remake is a great way to gauge interest, and following that line of thinking, it also serves as a great way to bring audiences into something, especially for something that is so on and off like Star Fox. Now of course, does this make the remake an absolute great idea? No, of course not. Just rewind the video and listen back to all the problems I listed with the remake already. This is a $40 game that is a remake that has already been remade like 3 times, and is on a genre that has been pretty much dead for like, what, 10 years? A genre that is also famous for having games that you can beat in under an hour. Oh yeah, and you also don't add anything to the game to make it last longer. Well, I guess Star Fox 64 does have the root, so that's a little bit of replayability. Well, the game is pretty damn replayable actually. But still, $40 mate, $50, my bad. I'll be honest, I'm not surprised they are trying to rebuild the Star Fox brand. I am surprised that they thought this was the best idea. Was this Miyamoto's idea? I mean, I don't personally know the guy, I just kicked him like 4 times. But he does have a certain habit of not necessarily having the brightest ideas, and nobody has the courage to stop him, and that's how you end up with Skyward Sword. So ideally, this is not ideal. But if you need to start it somewhere, if you need to rebuild this franchise audience, this is sadly the best option. Cause here's the thing, assuming that starting with a remake is a must. It can't be Star Fox Adventures, it can't be Assault, it can't be Command, it definitely can't be Command, oh my god. And why do I think it needs to be a remake? Well, easy, because you need to put everybody on the same page. And the remake is easier to make. Think about it like this. You, my dear listener, played Star Fox 64 when it came out, in 1997. Little Josh was born in 2011. With this remake, both you and Josh are on the same page. You both play Star Fox 64. Actually, consider how they talked about the game being more cinematic. Josh probably knows the game better than you. Might still have my doubts about how cinematic it will be, but okay. The important thing to note is, now both of you know the beginning of Star Fox, and this beginning is accessible. You can start building new stuff out of it. And yes, it's not completely necessary because my god, this is fucking Star Fox. But it is good. Now nobody is lost. Everybody knows what a Star Fox is. And also, this is a side note, it might be better to have this remake to just have a fresh start to the series. Like, I'm sorry to say, but have you played Command? I would say Command is a pretty definitive game. You can't make a new game following that thing. So let's reboot this again. Again, is it ideal? No, of course not. But what, you wanna make a new reboot following Zero? Do I think you could make a new Star Fox game that serves as this chapter 1 for the series and not rely on the 64 narrative? Yes, I think you could. But again, the remake is easier, is already there. People do like Star Fox 64 as much as everybody's complaining about it. We do like the game. And at the end of the day, if you wanna have an origin story, it's probably going to go back to Star Fox 64 anyway. Just remake the game again. And yes, of course, as I said, this is not ideal, and I do think the remake will suffer a bit on the sales department because of it. Also because the Switch just had a price hike. So I do imagine this thing's gonna suffer a little bit. But as I say, I believe Nintendo has a plan to put the whole pussy into it. I should stop saying that. So whether or not the remake sells a lot or a little, I think they plan to continue to support the franchise going forward. As much as, again, nobody's happy with the new Star Fox 64 remake, I think it's going to be for the better. We need to suck this one up and wait for the proper Star Fox. And why do I think there's a new Star Fox game coming after this one? Gut feeling. Do I have any proper source on it? I mean, I can see the future, but that's not really a proper source, is it? I will believe on the new Star Fox game. It's not gonna come necessarily soon. We're gonna wait like 2, maybe 3 years, but I believe it's coming. This is just setting up the terrain to have a proper new Star Fox. Is it going to be another remake? I don't know, and I hope not. Although I will say, I kinda would fuck with a Star Fox Adventure remake. I mean, I don't really wanna play Star Fox Adventure, but like, a remake of it? In this day and age? Could work. Yeah, they can rework a lot of stuff, but let's be honest, it could work. And if you ask me if we're going to make a remake, I would like a remake of Star Fox Assault. My god, Assault is an undercooked mess. Also, see on the types of thing this game should be? Yeah, this could probably be a game about James. I mean, they made a whole ass prologue. I'll say, you could just remake Star Fox 64, put a pair of sunglasses on Fox and say it's James and most people would buy it. But again, maybe this just goes to prove, best way to reignite interest in the series is by doing a new Star Fox 64 remake. Not ideal, some people might be really fed up with it, but it is the best start. And when we do get this new Star Fox game, I think it's gonna be pretty good. I don't know if I should be saying this, but on the back of my head I do have the sketches for our own rail shooter. Now, do I think Nintendo is gonna follow my ideas on the back of my head? Probably not. I think the new Star Fox is going to be expanded, but still pretty damn basic. But still, I'll take it. I mean, I haven't really been waiting for a Star Fox for that long, but I still have been waiting, and I can wait a little bit more. I said it, this game is overall a net positive. A very small net positive, but a net positive. I don't think we're necessarily losing anything here. We're not really winning, but we're not losing. And sometimes that's what you gotta take. Cause if you wanna talk about the on-rail shooter that is definitely losing, have you seen Kid Icarus Uprising 2? Yeah, me neither. Cause that's a game nobody will see for a long time. If ever. Well, I hope my little scuff video managed to make you change your mind at least a little bit on the new Star Fox game. Or at the very least be a little bit more chill about it. Or maybe not, you do you. But on the first video, my idea was to close it off, shit talking Ocarina of Time, but then Gaia pressed the big red button that ends the video. But she's not here right now, so she can't press the button! Wait, where did you... Wait, Selena, don't press the big red...